It holds the promise of you changing your lives and that of your communities, of India, and even the world. Your desire to innovate and build is just a starting point. Your ideas are a seed, but they need to be nurtured and developed to the point that they are of true value to others. Then, around your ideas, you need to bring and build strong business models that help you take your products and solutions to the market. And then there are the execution hard work that is needed across many functions, from sales to marketing to finance to building a team that is needed to ensure sustained success. This journey is about dreaming big. It's about planning well, reacting, but also executing with detail. It is hard, but it is incredibly exciting and is very fulfilling. So we are excited about partnering with the Ministry of Education and its Innovation Cell and AICT as a knowledge partner for these bootcamps. Over the coming days, the Wadhwani Entrepreneurship Network is looking to help you develop your concepts and ideas into potential businesses that can have a major impact. You will get access to Wadhwani Entrepreneurship Network master trainers who have an understanding of what it takes to convert an idea into a venture. You will get access to a platform with rich content, with case studies, with real-world examples, with entrepreneurial toolkits, and even a digital library. You'll get a chance to participate in some of over 75 entrepreneur talk sessions, and you will get access to expert support. You'll be able to get practice in the critical art of pitching your idea to facilitated sessions. And you will get access after this to a community network so that you can get support beyond these few days with the help of the friends and connections you make here and beyond. So we wish you the very best in your endeavors. We are all extremely excited to see what you have developed and to celebrate your success. Enjoy the next few days, learn, and hopefully you get to create something incredibly good and powerful in the years ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And we are really grateful to Wadhwani Foundation for this support for IDE bootcamps and also for the WEN platform for all the participants of the bootcamp. Thank you so much for your encouraging words also. Now I request Dr. Abhay Jede, Vice Chairman AICT and Chief Innovation Officer, Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell, to address the gathering, please.
Thank you, Yogesh. Honorable Chairman AICT, Professor T.G. Sitaram, under whose dynamic leadership we are actually championing this initiative. Honorable Mitul Patelji from Wadhwani Foundation, I again would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Wadhwani Foundation for extending support as knowledge partner for this initiative. I also would like to welcome all my institutions who have joined for this bootcamp and all the students. Sir, we have centers at Indian Institute of Management, Sambalpur, National Institute of Technology, Mangalore, Sardar Vallabhbhai National Institute of Technology, Surat, Amity University, Jaipur, Integral University, Lucknow, Institute of Management and Research, Sambhajinagar, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, Maharashtra, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Trichy, Amal Jyoti College of Engineering, Kottayam, Kerala, and Gandhi Institute of Technology and Management, that is GITAM, at Vizag. So, sir, we have around 300 participants at each location, and these participants have been curated before inviting them. Majority of the participants are involved in some kind of an innovation and entrepreneurship related activities. So we believe that this bootcamp, 5-day bootcamp, which we are conceptualized with the support of Wadhwani Foundation, is going to be of immense help in pushing this entire ecosystem within these institutions forward. So we believe that these participants will eventually be our on-ground change agents, so which will help us to push the entire concept of innovation and entrepreneurship within our campuses. Also, sir, we believe that these students and faculty members, and some of them who are innovation ambassadors also, will help in taking their own projects forward. And we are just, this bootcamp is just a starting point for us. And we believe that this project or this bootcamp will help them in developing their projects forward in a much more fruitful way, so that their ideas can eventually see the light of the day or actually see the market. So the entire concept of this ID bootcamp is a brainchild of our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji. About 2 years back, when he was actually taking a stock of Smart India Hackathon, which is now has emerged as world's biggest innovation, open innovation model, and world's biggest hackathon, he was of the view that certainly there are good ideas, creative ideas coming from our country, especially our youngsters. But if you look at the design element involved in these ideas, it is not so great, you know. So the idea is good, but when it comes to miniaturization, when it comes to ergonomics, when it comes to material science, look and feel of the products which we are innovating, they may not be of the global standards. So it is very, very critical for the students who are working on the ideas also to be aware, or also to be made aware of these important critical aspects, so that their product is actually get the required, what we can say, the traction in the market. And from that perspective, we conceptualize these boot camps. This is the second round of boot camps, sir. Yeah, last year we did about 25 boot camps, and the response for these boot camps was simply phenomenal. Even last year we had Wadhwani Foundation actually supporting this initiative. Honorable Chairman AICT was again part of the inaugural function which happened in Pune, COAP Pune last time. Along with our minister, sir, was also there, Dharmendra Pradhanji. And if you really, we are working on the impact report of last year's, even the draft is all more or less ready. We can share that draft with you, sir. But the thing is that the outcome of the bootcamp was quite great. And hence, AICT and Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell, we decided that we should continue this thing forward. And our main force, driving force behind all this was our chairman AICT, Professor T.G. Sitaram, because he is very keen and passionate about promoting innovation and entrepreneurship within our campuses. He believes that if you want to really achieve the goal of Viksit Bharat, then there is no option to innovation. And as a result of which, under his leadership, we have converted our 8 regional centers, which were our regional centers for approval facilities, into innovation centers. So we at AICT are committed to give a huge push to innovation and entrepreneurship related initiatives in our colleges and our higher educational institutes, because we believe that our higher educational institutes should evolve as islands of innovation, fountainheads of innovations within our country. And if we have such 1,000 islands of innovation or hubs of innovation, then we can create huge amount of wealth. And if we can create that, then only we can actually truly achieve the knowledge-based economy, which we are all hope of achieving. So from that perspective, we believe that initiatives like ID boot camps are very, very critical for us. And again, I will thank Wadhwani Foundation for joining us. And I will also like to thank all my centers from bottom of my heart for supporting this initiative, because running a 5-day initiative is not a small task. There are a lot of logistical constraints which get involved. A lot of arrangements needs to be made. So I really wish to thank all the supporting people, institutes, and my team here, Yogesh, Pradeep, Ankush, Selva, Ellen, and all others for supporting us and taking this entire movement forward. So thank you very much once again.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for your kind words for all the host institutes, all the team members, and of course, as you rightly pointed, the design element is the key focus of this bootcamp, and we are really very keen, and we are looking forward for this Design Week celebration. With this, I request Professor T.G. Sitaram, Honorable Chairman AICTE, to formally launch and announce the launch of IDE Bootcamp Edition 2, and also address all the participants here.
So you have
Yes. Yes.
curtain is there, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
1 minute.
Word, Lakshmi.
Kindly share.
Yeah.
Curtain.
So, very good morning to all of you. Namaskar. Dr. Abhay Jere, Vice Chairman AICTE, Mr. Mithul Patel from Wadhwani Foundation, and all the institutions who are coordinating the boot camp at our different locations. 9 of them are there, and all the participants who have assembled on this platform, esteemed colleagues from AICTE, distinguished participants, and all the students, ladies and gentlemen. I am very happy to launch the central inauguration of the IDE Bootcamp of 2024. Very good morning to all of you. It's a matter of great pride and enthusiasm that we gather here today to inaugurate the 2nd edition of the Innovation, Design, and Entrepreneurship IDE Bootcamps. This is an initiative that is not just a program, but a movement towards shaping the future of India. This initiative, envisioned by our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, which is a significant step forward in our mission to foster an ecosystem of innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship across our nation. As you know, we are holding the largest open innovation contest, Smart India Hackathon 2024. This is also actually an ongoing activity right now. So through this bootcamp, which is jointly organized by AICTE, Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell, and with a guidance and support from Wadhwani Foundation, it stands as a testament to our collective commitment to nurture the innovative potential within our young students and entrepreneurs. Today, what we are going to witness is a series of activities to empower all our young people from institutions across the nation to become the architects of tomorrow's solutions, and that solutions that will not only address the challenges of today, but also pave the way for a brighter, more sustainable future. Friends, in this world of disruptive world with all the technologies, the boot camps will actually prepare our students to take up a problem and solve through innovation and then design thinking and entrepreneurship. As you all know, that design thinking is at the heart of the innovation. It encourages us to approach problems with empathy and creativity. I would like to quote Steve Jobs here, design is not just what it looks like and feels like. Design is how it works. So that's very, very clearly quote closed. Through the training sessions, what we are going to conduct for all the participants and also workshops offered in this bootcamp, you will learn to harness the principles of design thinking to create user-centered solutions that resonate with people and communities. Friends, entrepreneurship is a powerful catalyst for change. You've already seen that in India. Today, we are the third largest startup ecosystem in the world with 140,000 startups. So entrepreneurship transforms ideas into action and challenges into opportunities. As we reflect on the entrepreneurial journey, let us remember the words of Peter Drucker, quote, "The best way to predict the future is to create it," quote closed. So each of you have the responsibility. So what the message is saying you that every one of you has a potential to create your own future, to shape industries and to make meaningful impact on the society. Through this, you can make India a startup capital #1 in the world. So this bootcamp reflects all our collective ideas and our commitment to foster a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship across India. So we at AICTE, with large number of institutions, close to 14,000 institutions, with the Institute Innovation Council housed in every institution. So wherein, our goal is to position India as a global hub for innovation, and initiatives like these are crucial in achieving that vision. I would take this opportunity to thank Mr. Ramesh Wadhwani, who has unwaveringly supporting this kind of activity through his philanthropic support as well as technological guidance to organize this event across the nation. So with your talent, all the students, creativity and determination, I'm very confident that you will contribute significantly to this mission. So this year bootcamp is designed to be a transformative experience. Over 3,000 student innovators are part of this 5-day intensive program from 23rd, that is starting today, and until 27th of September. These young minds will engage in a journey that will enhance their skills in innovation, design, and entrepreneurship. Hence, in this world, skills are very critical in today's rapidly evolving global landscape. So it's very important for our kids to learn how to work themselves through their hands. So you can see today you have institutions across already. My Vice Chairman announced the institutions' names, which I will not repeat, but these institutions known for their academic excellence and commitment to nurturing the talent, which will provide the perfect environment for our participants to learn, experiment, and grow. So I would like to place on record the thanks to all the institutions and their heads for making this possible. I know there is a lot of competition for getting this center, but however, with carefully we have chosen institutes from the government institutions as well as the institutions which are focusing on innovations and entrepreneurship. So the IDC Bootcamp is not just about acquiring knowledge, it's about applying that knowledge in real world scenarios. So this is more emphasis is on problem solving. So over the next 5 days, participants will engage in hands-on experiential learning, and also they will explore cutting-edge design methodologies, immerse themselves in the principles of design thinking, and develop how to pitch these ideas and also develop skills to market these ideas to the potential companies or people. So all of these skills are very essential for this new generation to translating innovative ideas into impactful solutions. So moreover, this bootcamp offers more than just technical training. It provides a platform for inspiration and also motivation through sessions with startup founders who have successfully navigated the challenges of entrepreneurship. So you will gain invaluable insights into the realities of the business world. So you'll also get a time to interact with those successful people. so that you can also plan what you would like to do in the future. And the successful entrepreneurs, their stories will not only inspire you, but also equip you with practical strategies to overcome the obstacles and achieve your entrepreneurial dreams. So we have also incorporated local tours and networking opportunities to ensure that this bootcamp is a holistic experience for all of you who are attending. These elements are designed to provide you with real-world insights, help you build valuable connections, and enhance your understanding of the broader innovation ecosystem. Our government's unwavering commitment to fostering a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship is the heart of this initiative. The IDE bootcamps are aligned with Honorable Prime Minister's vision and also AICTE's goal to make every of our students to take a risk in their life to create their own entrepreneur, or also encourage them to take an entrepreneurial journey. So by nurturing this entrepreneurial spirit of our youth, we are not just preparing them for the future, we are empowering them to shape the future. So that we are going to make them to create their own destiny through these ventures. As we embark on this journey together, my appeal to each one of you is to take this opportunity with both hands. And you have to embrace this, because this is going to be a different learning altogether when compared to what you do in your colleges. Immerse yourselves in the learning experience, challenge yourselves to think creatively, and don't be afraid to take risks, because failures are going to be there. But you need to overcome the fear of failure. Friends, innovation often comes from stepping outside of your comfort zone and embracing the unknown. Then only the new ideas will actually emerge out. Remember, the skills and knowledge you acquire here are not just for your personal growth, they are for the betterment of our entire society and the world at large. So I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to the institutions again involved, our partners, especially the Wadhwani Foundations, and the entire team of AICTE who are sitting at AICTE headquarters today, along with Dr. Jere, who are actually the ground force working behind the scene. So I thank every one of them. And I will also tell them that your dedication and commitment are what makes initiative like this possible. As you know that we have actually started the school innovation contest also. Okay. So school innovation is going to be much more thrilling, because we are actually trying to catch them very young. And that's also we started about just 3 or 4 weeks back. So the IDE bootcamps for school children. So to all the participants, once again, I wish you the very best. I hope you will remember these 5 days when you go back to your institutions. May your ideas flourish during this contest. And also you learn many new things which you are not part of your curriculum. And also may your designs inspire others, and may your entrepreneurial ventures pave the way for a prosperous future of our India. So I think, this is the excellent and greatest activities of Ministry of Innovation Council as well as AICTE. And we are really thrilled to take this continuously, starting from school education to higher educations. So this is, if you take the IDE bootcamps, this is the second in the series. And in the school education, we just started one, and there is one more coming there. And in addition to that, we have our IIC's networking meetings also regularly at every locations. So we are also looking at launching many such activities which will give a lot of opportunities to our young people. So thank you very much for patiently listening to us. And I would once again very happy to say that this IDE Bootcamp Central Inauguration launched. Thank you. Namaskar. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your continued guidance and support. And as a team, we can assure you that definitely we will keep treading on this path of promoting entrepreneurial mindset and innovation, culture of innovation across academia. And I'm sure all the participants, as you mentioned, and encourage all the participants, along with the trainers. They will leverage this opportunity to leverage maximum out of this boot camp and to take their ideas ahead to create some impact in the society. Thank you so much. I also take this opportunity to thank Vadvani Foundation, to thank Mr. Mitul Patel, all the trainers of Vadvani Foundation who are there on the field to conduct this 5-day boot camp. I thank Dr. Abhay Jaire, Vice Chairman AICTE, and thanks to all my team members who are already there on field. Team of innovation managers is also on the field. So thanks to all of them for continued support to this boot camp. Thanks one and all. And with this, we conclude the inaugural of ID boot camp. Phase 1, phase 2. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. We sincerely appreciate your support.
Hello everyone. We are waiting for the director. We'll start as soon as he comes. A very good morning to one and all present here. I am Hari Charan and I extend a very warm welcome to all of you. Having witnessed the central inauguration, let us gear up for the local inauguration of the second edition of the Innovation, Design and Entrepreneurship, that is IDE Bootcamp. Envisioned by our esteemed Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji and spearheaded by the Ministry of Education, All India Council for Technical Education, we are set to engage over 3,000 student innovators and innovation ambassadors from higher education institutions across the country. Scheduled from 23rd to 27th September 2024, this 5-day event will provide an immersive experience aimed at developing key skills in innovation, design, and entrepreneurship. Today, we have with us our beloved Director, Professor B. Ravi, Nodal Officer Shri Abhishek Ranjan Sir, Innovation Manager Shri Sam Jai Kumar Sir, and Shri Ram Shastri Sir, the CEO of DriveU, as our chief guest. I now request Dr. Suprabha Ma'am, the Spock of the IDE Bootcamp, to escort the dignitaries to the dais. Before we proceed further, let us lay a solid foundation to our event by seeking the blessings of the Almighty. I would like to call upon Mr. Vikram Sudhakar onto the stage for a prayer, and I request everyone to raise for the same.
ಸಂಗೀತ ಸಾಮ್ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸಂಚಾರಿಣಿ ಸಂಗೀತ ಸಾಮ್ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸಂಚಾರಿಣಿ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ಶೃಂಗೇರಿ ಪುರವಾಸಿನಿ ಸಂಗೀತ ಸಾಮ್ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸಂಚಾರಿಣಿ ಶಾರದಾ 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 ತುಂಗಾ ತರಂಗ ಮಂದಿರವಾಸಿನಿ ತುಂಗಾ ತರಂಗ ಮಂದಿರವಾಸಿನಿ ಸನ್ನುತ ಶ್ರೀಚಕ್ರ ಮಧ್ಯ ನಿವಾಸಿನಿ ಕಾಲಡಿ ಶಂಕರ ಕಾವ್ಯ ಪ್ರವಾಹಿನಿ ಅಷ್ಟದಿಕ್ಪಾಲಕ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸಿನಿ ಸಂಗೀತ ಸಾಮ್ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸಂಚಾರಿಣಿ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ಶೃಂಗೇರಿ ಪುರವಾಸಿನಿ ಸಂಗೀತ ಸಾಮ್ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸಂಚಾರಿಣಿ ಶಾರದಾ ಶಾರದಾ ಶಾರದಾ
Thank you, sir. As we know, light epitomizes splendor. The light of the lamp possesses the power to liberate society from the clutches of darkness. So, I would like to request all the esteemed guests seated here to light the lamp and formally inaugurate the ceremony. And again, I request everyone to please rise for this. I would like to call upon Dr. Suprabha ma'am to deliver the welcome speech and Dr. Subrai Hegde sir to deliver the opening remark.
A very good morning to one and all present here, respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. First of all, I wholeheartedly thank the MOEs, MIC and AICTE for giving us the opportunity to host you as one of the nodal center for the IDE Bootcamp. Thank you for that. So it gives me, as we all know, we are here witnessing the IDE Bootcamp. So it gives me it gives me a pleasure to welcome all the participants coming from different regions here. First of all, welcome all of you. First and foremost, I deem it a privilege to welcome our beloved director, Professor B. Ravi, who is the president of today's function. May I request Professor Subrai Hegde sir to florally welcome our director. It's my honor to welcome the chief guest of today's function, Sri Ram Shastri sir, who is the proud alumnus of NITK 1980 batch of NITK, who is also the CEO of DriveU. May I request our director to florally welcome Sri Ram Shastri. I deem it a privilege to welcome Sri Abhishek Ranjan Kumar sir, the Innovation Officer of MOE's Innovation Cell. I now request Dr. Sri Valsa to offer a bouquet to Sri Abhishek Ranjan. I also welcome Mr. Sam Jaikumar, who is the Innovation Officer of MIC. So may I request the Dean of Academics, Professor Dwaraki sir, to florally welcome Sam Jaikumar. I also welcome my fellow SPOC faculty convener, Professor in charge of STEP, Professor Subrai Hegde sir, for this August gathering. With a floral, I request Karthik, who is the Student Council President, to florally welcome Professor Subrai Hegde. I take this opportunity to welcome all the student participants who are coming in large number, around 285 in number right now. I have 306 students who have confirmed their participation from various institutes all over India. I proudly welcome them here for the gathering. I also welcome the faculty mentors who have accompanied them in large numbers. I welcome all the faculty coming from various institutions, taking pain and seeing that their students are safe here. I welcome you all, sirs and madams. I also welcome Dean Student Welfare, Professor A.C. Hegde sir, Dean Academics, Professor Dwarakish, and all the faculty members, deans, registrars. I also welcome the expert of today's session, Miss Vani Madam from Vadhwani. So I welcome you also, Madam. Last but not the least, I welcome the media who is taking our message to the world, saying that NITK is hosting such a big event. I wholeheartedly, from the bottom of my heart, let me welcome the media members also for this August gathering. And also my student volunteers who are relentlessly working for the function to happen in a grand success. I welcome one and all. Thank you.
Before we proceed, I'd like to ask Karthik, the Student Council President, to florally welcome Suprabha.
morning. I represent NITK STEP, our in-house incubation center. I just give you a briefing about how we decided to host this event at NITK. About 4 to 5 weeks back, I got an email from our beloved director asking and checking whether we can host this on behalf of NITK. And myself and Professor Srivalsa had this email and we had a quick discussion. But then, as of now, the academic session is going on in full swing, and we host nearly 10,000 students. And hosting this event is not a joke. So we had a thorough discussion. But then myself and Dr. Srivalsa, both are technical people. We have little experience in conducting a function of this volume. So we immediately called Dr. Suprabha, who has ample of experience in managing and conducting such events. In past, she conducted Smart India Hackathon, and we know that she is quite capable and she is experienced, and that she is the de facto expert in entrepreneurship on campus. So we called her, and she readily accepted that we will do it. We had one round of brainstorming session, and then we gave green signal to the director that we can host it. And then after 2 weeks, that is 2 weeks before, we got the confirmation that we are hosting at NITK. But it's easier said than done. Hosting 350 delegates, students, and experts during this busy season is quite challenging. But then, as our director always says, that we should work on war footing. That's his favorite word, phrases. And this time around, we did it. So I turned my lab into a war room. And Dr. Suprabha, myself, and her gang of students came together, discussed, and brainstormed, and made this happen. I'm very excited that we are all having this inaugural session now. I'm hoping that this will turn out to be a very good show, and that all of you would enjoy this occasion. And especially for the student participants, I welcome and have a good interaction with our student volunteers, etc. They look very simple and normal, but they are all really level professionals. Have make good friends with them, and enjoy the sessions, and then take away good memories from NITK. Okay, especially for the student participants, I wish you all the best for the penultimate event, which is a pitching session, and I wish you all the best. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to welcome Shri Abhishek Ranjan, sir, an Innovation Officer at the Innovation Cell of Ministry of Education and a Zonal Coordinator for the Institution Innovation Council, fostering innovation in higher education institutions. With a deep passion for education and public policy, Abhishek has worked on leadership, motivation, and transformation projects in government schools across various states and contributed to Niti Aayog's Aspirational District Program. He holds degrees in economics, sociology, gender studies, and law from the University of Delhi, and is an active mentor, speaker, and writer. Now, I would like to ask Abhishek Ranjan, sir, to address the gathering.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I hope you all had a good breakfast, right? Speak loudly. Okay, so we need good energy throughout the 5 days. First of all, thank you so much, whole NIT team. My deepest gratitude to Director Sir for having such a nice team, such a wonderful team, and the energy level of Suprabha ji, Vikram ji, and all those team members is amazing. And I hope, I'm a little worried about you, to be honest. Please have a good food also. Take a proper in-between rest. I'm feeling super proud to see Ram Sastry sir here. I think having an inspirational person like him here, especially in inaugural session, is blessing for us. And I hope you all will find some time, because sir will be here throughout the day, find some time to meet him and understand his journey. I hope sir will also discuss with you in length, especially share his journey. I'm not here to give you any sort of lecture, but I just want to share few initiatives which we are having many faculty members here, media person are here. In last, especially in last 1 decade, we have seen, and maybe those who are older person like me can relate it. Like earlier in our campus, we were having space for many things, but we were not having a space for innovation entrepreneurship other than the NITK, right? We are having a step here since last more than 2 decades. But majority of institutions were not having any space for entrepreneurship, innovation, startup, IP. So the focus started on it, and we started with the Smart India Hackathon. But how to create a culture in our educational campuses across India, where our innovative minds are getting some sort of platform to start with. So innovation cell at Ministry of Education, with the active support, with a leadership of our Honorable Chairman, our Chief Innovation Officer, Dr. Abhay Jere, and the whole education team, they started doing something which is I believe, not as a person who is part of it, but as an individual, as a citizen of this country, that these initiatives are transforming lives. Just sharing few things, for example, higher education institutions earlier were not having a larger vision, a collective vision. So we came up with the National Innovation and Startup Policy. Now it is helping institute to have their own customized policy, have our own vision for next 10 years, 5 years to focus on. We came up with the platform called IIC, Institution Innovation Council. We started with hardly 1,000 in 2018. Now we are having more than 14,000 plus institutions under this Institution Innovation Council. And IIC is driving innovation entrepreneurship activities in campus. I know many participants who are here, they are the active member of IIC, or at least they are contributing to the IIC. Am I correct? Yes. So IEC, through IEC, we are also driving. The third is, we thought to have a dedicated resource person in campus, a person whom anyone can reach out to take some support. And we thought to help them to understand basics of entrepreneurship startup. So we started Innovation Ambassador Training Program. And I can proudly share that right now more than 30,000 plus faculty members across these IEC institutions are driving innovations. We thought that yes, we are creating culture, but we need to conduct some activities, right? So other than the Smart India Hackathon, we started doing national, international hackathon with multiple departments. You know, onion and potato is the biggest issue, sometimes used to impact politically also. So you will feel happy to know that with the help of Ministry of Education, Innovation Cell, and AICT and Consumer Affairs Ministry, we launched a grand challenge around onion and potato and all those things, right? We are doing so many for security agencies. We are hosting multiple hackathon. Last year we conducted we invited 23 countries from African nations, and they were here in India, and we conducted the largest hackathon for international students in India, and we are continuously working with Singapore and other nations. So throughout these activities, we are trying to create a culture. And other than that, I just want to share one important thing with you all, that we started doing institutions are focusing on innovation entrepreneurship related activities, how they can have a repository around ideas, innovation, business plans. So we came up with the call Yukti Innovation Repository. And I'm happy to share, I'm proudly sharing that more than 1 lakh plus ideas, innovations were submitted. And recently only, hardly 1 month back, we identified 135 such innovations, and EICT has given close to 6 crore funding support to them up to 10 lakh, starting from 1 lakh to 10 lakh. And in total, we had funded 213 innovators till now. So not only in higher education, but also we are focusing on school education. We started with right now more than 10,000 schools are having functional school innovation council. And these councils are having members starting from class 6. We are also focusing on teachers training. And right now, close to 12,000 schools, they motivated their teachers to go ahead with this training program, and more than 69,000 teachers are they registered, and some of them have already completed, all our others are like, they're working on it. You will feel happy to know that this year only, we supported 19 school children who were having innovative ideas to develop their product, right? Develop their prototype. And we funded them. And this year, through School Innovation Marathon, and I will encourage you all, if you know any schools, if you know any school innovators, help them to like participate. We are running with the Atal Innovation Mission and other agencies. We are running the largest marathon for school children, and we are planning to support more than 200 innovators with the funding support also, so that they can, so we are, in future, we are seeing like a class 7, 8 or 9 or maybe 11, 12 students are having their own startup. And when I'm talking to you, I'm very proud to share, I recently met one children. He's hardly 6 years, 7-month-old, Ranveer Sachdeva. Right now, he's in UN. And this 6-year child is like written a book on AI, already developed a chatbot. So we are working with that generation who is like super advanced. So these kind of activities will certainly help. I will conclude with 2 things. Number 1, see, NIT is having a legacy of more than 60 years. This whole 5 days, I will request you on behalf of AICTE, on behalf of MIC, you all have heard about the leadership. We're very grateful for hosting this event. But I will be here, along with me, Sam is here. Sam is like driving technology transfer initiative in Karnataka. So we both will be here for next 5 days. The only expectation with you all that you will not only enjoy the process, but you will be like very friendly with the organizers. You are here for learning purpose. We are not hosting any cultural fest here, right? So personally, I will never encourage anyone doing something which is like very, like you can understand, I don't want to describe it, but next 5 days, I'm only expecting on behalf of organization that you will focus on this IDE bootcamp. You will have a good trainer who will help you to develop your understanding. And number 2 is, I will also expect you to, like sir said, that interact with each other. Okay? I know some of you will be like a participant in Smart India Hackathon, but doesn't mean that you will not, they are not your competitor. Okay? Maybe you can find some of your co-founder of your startup, maybe here. So interact with others, whoever is here. And another thing I just want to highlight is, there are so many issues. So in next 5 days, with the help of your mentors, with the help of your like other people, try to maybe think beyond your current innovation or current idea. Okay, test it. Okay, spend the whole 5 days on developing skills as well as focusing on your future activities and all those things. Okay, and I know I am here to support you. Like as I said, through Yukti we are supporting innovators. So maybe we will have in between, we will find few minutes, like 10-15 minutes to guide you how you all can be a part of Yukti Innovation Repository also, so that in future maybe you can also avail funding support from AICTE, MIC. So, and in like 5th day and on 3rd day, maybe you will also get a chance to meet with some incubation people who are associated with incubation center, who are running their startups. So have an interaction that how they had started whole journey and how they are raising funds and how they are working on their ideas. Okay. So with these words, again, I appreciate all volunteers who are like relentlessly like working to like make it happen, help you like day and night, right? They are working throughout the like last 3-4 days actively. I'm here since last 48 hours, so I can see all those things. And I also appreciate all media persons who are here. Soon after this event, we will have exhibitions. So I really appreciate you all can spend some quality time there, interact with them, understand them. That will be very helpful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, NIT team.
Thanks a lot for your inspiring words, sir. Moving further, a distinguished alumnus of NIT Rourkela, Professor B. Ravi completed his Masters and PhD from IISc Bangalore. He joined IIT Bombay as a mechanical engineering faculty and has guided over 100 PhD and Masters projects and has shared relevant knowledge through 260 technical papers, 300 plus invited talks and 75 workshops since then. As a member of governing councils of several institutes in India and a member of expert committees of government agencies like AICTE, DBT, DST, and Niti Aayog, he contributed to vision setting, project reviews, and policy recommendations. Now, I would like to request Professor B. Ravi sir to address the gathering.
Very, very good morning and welcome to all those who have gathered here. Special welcome to all those on the stage, but I want to call out Ram Shastri is our own alumnus. I had a chance to meet him in USA when I was there in June, and he was there in 2 meetings with alumni on the West Coast, and I had one more on the East Coast as well. Ram Shastri, I take back a lot of ideas, a lot of inspiration, a lot of, I would say, even support for the institute which he has promised. Special also welcome to both Abhishek Ranjanji and Sam Jaykumarji from Ministry of Education. Vaniji, special welcome to you from Wadhwani Foundation. Wadhwani's, I'm from IIT Bombay, madam, by the way, and before I joined this place, and also have good connection with IIT Madras, so I know what Wadhwanis have done for both IIT Bombay and Madras, and through these institutions for, of course, many, many more entrepreneurs. And of course, our own Three Musketeer team, which is Subre Hegde, who is the professor in charge of the Science and Technology Entrepreneurs Park, or STEP. It is on the other side of the campus. Then we have Srivalsa Kolathiyar in the audience, who is the professor in charge of the Institute Innovation Cell and doing a fantastic job. The problem is that we are not able to catch up with his energy level. He moves too fast. Okay, so institution, as an elephant, moves a little slowly. He moves like a leopard. And of course, our own Suprabha, who is on the stage representing many others. She is a faculty advisor of the Entrepreneurship Cell of IIT Bombay. Sorry, NIT. I have to remove IIT Bombay from my dictionary. Beyond all this, all the faculty who are going to be mentoring the teams here, all the student volunteers, many of them, I think, Professor Suprabha students and Srivalsa students and so on, all the other faculty who gathered here, thank you very much for being here. Okay. I have taken some points from Abhishek ji, but I think I'll not repeat them, except that he mentioned this Smart India Hackathon. And I was very much in touch with both Abhay Jere, and I continue to be in touch with Abhay Jere, who is the chief of all these activities at AICT. And also before him, we had Mohit Gambhir, Dr. Mohit Gambhir from USA, who was instrumental in running this SIH. And I remember one thing that Mohit said, that SIH is so big. I think they had lakhs of students participating in that. It was so big that Guinness Book of Records refused to enter in their Guinness Book, saying this record cannot be broken in any country, so we cannot enter it. What an excuse, okay? So when India does something, when India does something great, people clap. When India does something beyond great, people are all chup right now, which is happening right now. Okay, so we will show to the world what India can really do. Okay, a few points of my own. Okay, I thought I'll talk about 5 minutes about 9 to 5 or 0 to 1, which is more riskier. I'll repeat in case you didn't get it. I think you're smart kids who got it already, I think. I don't have to even give my lecture. I can call this girl and she will give my lecture. But there's a lot that we learn from all of you, okay? Please trust me that every time I meet a student, even in the corridor on the road of NITK, I ask him what you're doing, and it's inspiring to me. So, but still allow me to say, between 9 to 5 and 0 to 1, which is more riskier, okay? 9 to 5 obviously refers to a regular job. 9 to 5 office job, salaried job, okay? And we think that 9 to 5 job is less riskier, okay? Maybe in our grandparents' time, maybe our parents' time, where there were no other opportunities. It's good to have a 9 to 5 job, somewhere a salary is coming month after month, or either 31st or 1st of the month. But those jobs are disappearing now. Okay, 9 to 5 jobs are, I mean, leave alone government, if you look at private sector, there are no 9 to 5 jobs. And even if you take a regular job, first of all, it is not 9 to 5. We are seeing a lot of social media. It is 9 to 9 and beyond 9, maybe 9 a.m. to next day 9 a.m. only, not even 9 p.m. Okay, and so that is no longer, first of all, a so-called regular timing. It is no longer permanent, because if you see those jobs, you have to first of all be on your toes all the time. You have to learn all the new skills all the time. Expectations are going up. If you're a good worker, you have more work to do. If you're not a good worker, out the door. So, and if you look at the job turnover, which means how many people actually stay in a job these days, it is ridiculously very, very low, in the sense that 1 in 3 people typically leave a job within 1 to 2 years of joining anything. Which means what? They either don't like the job, or don't like the boss, or don't like the pay, or don't like the city or traffic, or whatever it is. Or maybe their parents or their girlfriend or boyfriend doesn't like it, whatever it is. So there's no family life, there's no friends, nothing like that. You work for JEE or whatever competitive exams to get into a good engineering college, so that you think after college your life will be peace, and you find you are back to the JEE mode after college is over. Okay. So basically, high stress, high uncertainty because of that high stress. And so I would say that it is pretty risky, not only for your mindset, it's risky for body, mind and soul also. I'll tell you why soul in a minute. The other side is 0 to 1. 0 to 1 essentially means that there is no market, there is no product, but you find a problem worth solving. Ideas don't, he mentioned about ideas and Yukti, I had to go and check the website. But I have met so many people in my life, including I remember one faculty at IIT Bombay who said that, this Facebook and all that is nonsense. When I was in high school, I got an idea for Facebook. I said, so what? Someone else did it. You did not do it. So ideas is one part of it, but actually taking the idea to market, which is called as execution, is what actually counts for success in this whole game. So 0 to 1 basically means that you got an idea to solve a problem. And what is a startup but nothing but creating a scalable model where you can take the solution to a large number of people. Large means not just 10 or 100 or 1,000, but actually, if possible, thousands and millions and so on. And so if you look at the risk point of view, I would say that if you do not try startup today, it is more risky, because you can't do a entrepreneurship in your 30s and 40s when you are married with 2 kids. Okay, no chance. If you want to do it now. If you fail at that point of time, failure is very heavy on yourself and the family. Right now, failure is very light. I am now seeing many parents who say that, "Bacha, 1 saal kar lo, try kar lo." Okay, "Bacha, 1 saal try kar lo." If you become a unicorn, every parents want their kids to become a unicorn founder, or Soonicorn founder, or any other corn founder. Great. If you do not succeed, in fact, if you succeed, you can get more employment to your own batchmates and friends and neighbors also. Right? And the neighbor uncle who laughed at you saying, "Uncle, come and do something for me." Okay, that also you can do. But if you do not, if you fail, I can tell you, you learn so much by failure in life. Not the same failures again and again and again, different kinds of failures. You learn so much in life that no matter what you do next, you can be successful. In fact, most of the successful entrepreneurs or startup founders are those who have actually tried many, many ideas and failed multiple times. Okay. So there you are, that is your thing. And let me say one last a story, maybe a short story. I had one student called Vikas Karade. I'm remembering him as I sit here and stand here. He did his master's with me, okay, and he did a very beautiful idea. He said that he talked to doctors in hospitals, X-ray. All of you must have done, many of you must have done X-rays in your life, or you know someone who has done X-ray. Now, once you do an X-ray, it is basically a 2D image of your, let's say, usually bones or hard tissue. Doctor said that X-ray is not enough. Body is in 3 dimensions. We need to see a picture in 3 dimensions. Now, you can do what is called as a computed tomography or CT scanning, which is 3 dimensions. Actually, CT scanning is not 3 dimensions. It is a series of 2D layers. But you can write a program to combine all the 2D layers of CT images into a 3D image or 3D model. But because CT takes multiple images, the radiation from CT is about 100 times more than X-ray. X-ray, everyone is scared. No, X-ray is very radiation, this thing, that. CT, everyone is going as if it's a picnic. CT is 100 times more radiation than X-ray. So doctors who knew this, good doctors, they said that it will be great if we can, from X-ray, we can get a 3D model. So this Vikas Karade, for his masters, he tried something in some small way and it was working somewhat. And I remember his master's thesis, don't think master's, he was actually BTech student who extended his thing for master's. So he's what's called as a dual degree student. Okay, so he extended his BTech to master's, did some basic algorithm for that. And a master's, we have a reviewer from outside. He said, because you have done such a good work, why are you going out to doing a job? He had a good job in some supply chain company. And he said, the examiner said, why are you doing that? You should extend for PhD and maybe it will be a great game changer. Because I said, no. And 5 years in IIT Bombay, you are already bored and someone is giving you 1 lakh rupees salary per month, you just take it. So he went and he asked me, sir, what should I do? I said, you do what you think is good for you. And he said, I want to do a job. I said, Tathastu, do a job. He went 3 months down the line, he says, sir, I want to meet you on this Saturday. I say, this Saturday I'm traveling, come and meet me next Saturday. So next Saturday comes to me and says that, sir, I have resigned from a job. I wanted to ask you before resigning whether I should resign or not. But you were not there last Saturday, so I resigned anyway. I said, kyun kiya? Why did you resign? He says, the job was boring. It was meaningless. Now you see the risk in a 9-to-5 job. You are doing someone else's ambition, you are doing someone else's profit making. You are not your own boss. You do what someone else does, or you're working for someone else. He said, sir, I want to take my X-ray to something like that. And you can Google X-ray to 3D. His name will come up. And this guy has now gone to the world. I mean, I feel his passport must be this thick. There's no country he has not gone. New Zealand to Austria to USA, of course, Europe, Switzerland, everywhere he is invited. He has done a software. I first make it free on the net. Anyone can upload an X-ray image and you can download a 3D model of the knee joint and different joints and so on. Now he has a lot of companies working, asking, saying, can you develop our algorithms? He's a success story in many ways. He has his own company now, okay, called AlgoSurge, algorithms for surgical things. This is just one of the many stories where he kicked a 9-to-5 job to get into a 0-to-1, I would say, adventure and made it big. Of course, he had his own lot of pivot points and turnarounds and challenges and things like that. Last thing I'll say is that the world today is, if not more than anything else, getting very, very, very complex. And you must have heard this word VUCA, volatile, uncertain, ambiguous, and VUCA, no, VUCA, right? Complex and ambiguous. Volatile, uncertain, complex and ambiguous. VUCA world, VUCA. Now, VUCA world means what? There's no guarantee for anything. There's no guarantee for a job. There's no guarantee for what new problem will come up tomorrow, what new disease or climate change or whatever hit the world. But for a 9-to-5 job, that is a high risk because suddenly the company is out of business. Whereas for an entrepreneur, a VUCA world actually is an opportunity. You say, oh, this is a new problem for the world. Let me see if I can solve it. Okay. And so therefore, I would say that for all of you, you are the lucky generation that the world is getting more complex. 9-to-5 jobs are getting meaningless. Government is giving you a lot of support and encouragement and even funds. Funds are like oxygen for business. They're getting you funds. Your 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 30 lakh, 50 lakh also is actually available to you as a grant, not like a loan. Imagine taking a 10 lakh loan or 10 lakh grant. You are in a great shape. I wish I was 20-year-old today. So if you are not trying 0-to-1 ideas or entrepreneurship, you are taking a big risk. Okay? So I would say do that. But a caution also at the very end. Entrepreneurship is not an easy journey. You only hear, like Facebook and Instagram, the success stories. You don't hear the failure stories. Remember that every 10 ideas, only one idea will go to prototyping stage. For every 10 prototypes, you get only one to a product stage. Every 10, one goes to a test marketing, and out of 10, maybe one goes to actual market people are buying, and only out of 10, one is a blockbuster success. So the ratio of ideas to actual success could be 10,000:1 or even 1 million to 1. So you need to prepare for failures on a daily, hourly, minute by minute basis. You got to keep, you'll keep falling down. You have to learn to keep getting up and keep in the race. So perseverance, execution is the key to the whole thing. And the 3-4 failures that you have to worry about, right now also you start thinking about it. The major failures is that most of you will not pick the right problem to solve. Sometimes you think, oh, this is a great idea. People will queue up like what? iPhone 16, right? People are queuing up in India also now to buy that. They'll take a bank loan to buy iPhone 16. How ridiculous. Sorry, okay, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. But many times you feel that people will queue up like that to buy your product. No, you should do your homework to see whether people will actually buy your product. Market research. Solve the right problem for which there's enough demand. And number 2 is many times the founders, the team members fall out. You can't be 2 team members, 2 people, both are extroverts, both are great at marketing, or both like finance, or both like technical only. No, that doesn't make a great team. You need some kind of a complementary skills. One introvert, one extrovert, one research oriented, one marketing oriented, things like that. Complementary skills. So you find your partners here. And then third, of course, finance and other reasons. You think you are moving fast enough, but others are moving faster than you. You get out-competed. So these are all the tricks of the trade. But keep that aside for a moment. Enjoy your stay at NITK. And rains are just seem to have stopped now. The campus is ultimately beautiful. Find some time. Instead of sitting in a room to look at ideas, go around, take a walk with your team, sit under some tree. There are also snakes here, so be careful. Please, be careful. Real snakes, okay? Real snakes. Okay, so be careful about that. There's also a beautiful beach. And beach timings find out because they'll lock the door, so that make sure you come back to campus before they lock the door. And they will lock the door, okay? Lock the gate. So I think morning 1 or 2 hours, evening 5 to 7 I remember is a good time. So do your ideation on the beach with your teammates. Keep a sketchbook, notebook, whatever with you all the time. And more importantly, I wish you all a great stay in NITK, a great time in NITK. Maybe what you will think here and start doing here is a seed for your future ideas. And I will welcome all of you to come back to NITK anytime you wish. Please feel free. And again, once again, I thank our team and all the guests who have come here. And I look forward to some great pitches on the finale. That is on Friday finale. I hope to be there with you. And let me do something that will shake up the world. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Now, it is my honor to welcome our esteemed chief guest of the day. Ram Prasad Shastri has been based in Silicon Valley since 1991 and is an accomplished executive with a proven track record leading companies to profitability and successful exits. His first India-based startup, DriveU, founded in 2015, provides an on-demand drivers for car owners. He specializes in startups and turnaround operations. He has broad experience, including general management, marketing, branding, strategic planning, product development, and international business in large and small companies. He brings excellent analytical, negotiating, and communication skills. Now, I would like to request Sri Ram Shastri sir to address the gathering.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Professor Ravi, for giving me this opportunity. Welcome to Abhishek Ranjan, Samjay Kumar, Vani Gowda, and of course, Subray Hagde and Dr. Suprabha, and all the faculty members and students here today. It's my honor and pleasure to be here with you. For number one, being an alumni of NITK, I always get excited coming back here. For something, I keep coming here, especially in the last decade since I started the company DriveU in Bangalore, so it's not that far. So that's been a great reason for me to come. And the second reason, obviously, is I love interacting with entrepreneurs like you. I see on an average about 2 or 3 business plans a month by entrepreneurs all across the world, mostly from Silicon Valley and here in India, especially Bangalore. So I look forward to interacting with you today. And if you have some, I would like to talk to you. Today we have about 20 minutes. I'm going to now talk about a little bit about my journey and the learnings. And then later on in the day, we can go into depth in detail as we move forward. Can I get the slides? Are the slides coming up? Great. So this is my passion actually, to be honest. This is my passion actually for me to build, not just build a startup, build an enduring, profitable startup. One of the things that has happened over the last decade and a half is there's a lot of money in the market and everybody focuses on that unicorn or soonicorn. But the real value is not that. The real value is what you attach to what you accomplish in your startup to what you want to do, right? So I have about 30 years of experience in Silicon Valley in doing startups. I know I'm dated, right? I graduated here in 1980. I went to the US. I did my master's in computer science, VLSI, and then was building chips, and then the systems, high performance computing, and better. Thank you. So then my first startup was in 1995, and my sixth one is DriveU. And just like as Professor Ravi said, the success rate of startups are very, very low. With all that 1 to 10,000 that he was talking about, usually 90% of startups die by the time you are 5 years, if you can even survive the first 5 years. So out of my 6 startups, I can proud to say I have 50-50 chance. I learned a lot from my failures. And of course, then I applied towards the next one. And the most passionate and exciting startup for me is my current startup, which is DriveU. For multiple reasons. This is my first startup in India. Moved to India in 2015 to launch this company in Bangalore. Just like any startups, this idea was in its nascent stage, and everybody said this will never work. And I'm sure you will hear a lot of entrepreneurs will say, or a lot of investors will say, this will never work, this has been done before. One thing is to keep in mind that you have to be really passionate to do this, because a lot of people will tell you this won't work, or, as Professor Ravi said, it's very hard. But on the other hand, you also have to balance it with being realistic, to say, okay, is this something that is scalable? This is something that more people want, or is just this my idea, right? Maybe I have 5 customers. We'll talk about that in a minute. So to go to the next slide, there you go. So my first question to most entrepreneurs I talk about is, why do you want to do a startup? You really need to think about this in your mind. Is it because, is there some motivation of, I will make a lot of money, I'll be a unicorn and I'll make a lot of money? Is it because you have some innovation that you want to disrupt? Think about this, what you have to really put that on a piece of paper, because you'll be challenged. Life is not easy. You'll be challenged every day, okay? Every minute, as Professor said, you'll be challenged. And you have to be open and honest with yourselves. But at the same time, don't lose your hope. If you really believe it, keep doing it. And then the question is, what do you want to do? Are you trying to help the economy? Are you creating jobs? For example, like I mentioned, DriveU has been one of my, I would call my feather in my cap in my startup world, my life, is because moved back to India to start DriveU, and today we have over 1 lakh drivers who use our platform to drive customers all across India. We are creating jobs for people. I can sleep at night, I feel good. Even if something happens, I'm happy that I was able to do this. In the last 10 years, we have generated over 250 crore of income for our drivers. These are blue-collar drivers making 15,000 to 20,000 to 25,000 rupees a month. That makes me happy. At one point, money, it doesn't matter anymore. At some point, you'll say, money doesn't matter. What I want to know is, I have a finite time in my life. What did I accomplish and what did I give back? For me personally, to giving back to my country and NITK that has given me so much, this makes me feel good. And this is why I'm very proud. So you got to think about it in your own mind. Why are you doing this startup? What are you trying to accomplish? Okay, that's the second thing. So I know we have just a few minutes. We'll go into detail in this later on today, in the afternoon, but I just want to just give you as professor, this kind of juxtaposed to what professor was saying. Who are your customers? First, understand who your customer is. Why do they want to use your technology? Why are they not happy with what they have today? You have to be very honest with yourselves because it's going to be hard, right? Second thing is, how are they going to use your product? When you talk about a customer, I mean, in a consumer market, are they male or female? Are they going to be which geographies? What's their annual income? So you got to go through this, and why would they want to use your product? That's one thing, right? You want to make sure it matches. On the enterprise side, you want to figure out the customers are happy with what they are using. Why do they want to come back and use your software or use your technology or use whatever you're building? That's the second thing. And you have to understand, why would they want to come to you? You are just an unknown startup, and why do they want to do? You have to be very honest, and you have to have a 10-to-1 advantage, functionality, performance. There's a whole bunch of stuff, we'll talk about this later on, price, performance, functionality, ease of use, ease of integration. The big guys can do much better than you. How can you do better? That's something you got to talk about. Third thing is examine the competitor. Who is your competitor? Why would most of the competitors are, the fact that they are already there means that they potentially already have a product in the market. Maybe they're not as good as yours, but you got to obviously analyze it and again be dispassionate how you analyze it. Then you build your minimum viable product, MVP, as I Don't go start building right from the beginning just because I just had an idea. Start thinking about who is the user, how much are they willing to pay. Go talk to 100 consumers. We did that at DriveU. We had another idea before we started DriveU, and we quickly pivoted after a month. We got the feedback from customers saying, oh, this is the problem they are trying to ask. We thought we had an idea that we were trying to solve, but that was not the biggest problem they had. And then they wanted another one. So we'll talk about that later on. So the idea is then you build your MVP. So you can see the journey there. And as you're building the MVP, as Professor said, you may be very good in tech or business or finance. Find a partner who you can work with to become your co-founder. Going alone is it's a long journey. It can be a lonely journey. And especially if you have people with different backgrounds, you're better off, better served in so many ways, okay? So that's something you got to keep in mind. What that means is, maybe this is your idea, but you have to share the wealth with everybody, other people. So you may have to do, share agreement between the two partners. And a lot of times founders fall out because they say, oh, I am doing more and I'm only getting 15% of the company. He's doing less and he's getting 30%. So you have to make sure that you have a very clear understanding between the co-founders. And then you go start a company, right? And then, now you are ready to articulate your mission. Put the mission statement. We'll go through this exercise in the afternoon if we have time. How do you write your mission statement? Which in one, IBM used to have a test for salespeople. They will put the salespeople for 30-second lift, they'll go up. And within 30 seconds, they have to explain what the product does, right? Within 30 seconds, the sales guy has to be able to sell the other guy what your company product does. So the mission statement is that in one statement, one sentence. It's not that easy, actually. Mission statement is the hardest one. It's, as somebody told me, if I want to talk for 1 hour, I don't need much, I don't need much time to prepare for it. But if I want to talk for only 10 minutes, I got to figure, because I got to put everything together in 10 minutes, my whole story. And I'll do that too. Next one is funding. That's once you have all this in there, you have a minimum viable product, you have the mission statement, you're bright-eyed, clear-eyed about your customer who you're going to go after, what's the pricing, who's the competitor, then you go look for funding. I have seen a lot of people come with just an idea, and I said, great, start. Do all the first 5 things, then come to me. Don't come to me before you, because it's not going to work. People, okay, if we need early stage money, typically I call the FFFs, friends, family, and fools, who will put money. And somebody's laughing. Because they'll put, because they said, oh, I love my son, I'll put 50 lakh. That's fine. That's nothing to do with your idea. That's fine. But it's not what the real world will look for. They look for all the first 5 things before you get for funding. Next thing is, okay, once you got your first customer, oh, you're excited. I think great. They're not even only using it, they're paying me money. It's awesome. Then the biggest challenge comes is scaling. Is that the only customer? Maybe there are 5 customers or 10 customers. Is that enough to survive for you? Is that enough to scale? Scaling the company is the hardest part of a startup. A lot of companies fail. We'll talk about that in a second. And there are different types of attributes you need for scaling. Is your product 1,000 people use, 1 million people use, or 1 billion people use? Then the scaling is different. Either, what's your gross margins? If your gross margin is 10% or your gross margin is 70%, that's a different. So there are a lot of different ways to really analyze before you think about how to scale. Next thing is the network effects. So, obviously, you guys know, I'm sure you are all use Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, whatever, X now, whatever. Why do you use it? Because your friends are there. The network is there. The more of your friends are in some network, more people use it, right? That's a network effect. The other, there's a single-sided network. There's another one called double-sided network effect, which is what DriveU does. For example, I have 1 lakh drivers and I have a 1 million customer. So then more drivers will come on the platform because they have more customers to make money out of. And most customers will come on the platform because when I want a driver, I have a driver available. So it becomes a double-sided, this is a network effect that we create, right? DriveU created on a dual-sided network effect. So you got to figure out your product, and if you're on the consumer side. Then based on that, there is a certain word in Silicon Valley called blitzscaling versus sustainable scaling. Blitzscaling is work for certain companies where you scale at any cost, you lose money, you raise hundreds of millions of dollars. We have blitzscaling companies in India too, right? And Ola Cabs is one example. They try to blitzscale. They kept discounts, and just grow, but now they're not making any money. Then there's a called sustainable scaling is figure out a way, what's your market size and how you can sustainably scale and still be profitable. So I'm happy to say that DriveU is not only scaled to this level, we are cash flow positive and a profitable company. So that is another important aspect of a company. I don't have to go back to investors for more money, just to survive. The last thing I wanted to talk about is why most startups fail. I know this is a little bit hard, but as a founder, you have to know this. So I'll just run a quick one on this since you're going to go build a product, minimum viable product. One thing that I look at is, if you look at any product, there are 4 components. One is the functional aspect of the product, then there is the reliability of the product, the usability of the product, and the design of the product. Okay, what I have seen sometimes, just to give you an example, on the left side, don't do this. On the right side, what you should do. For example, sometimes if your MVP is only functional, part of the functional, they don't care about the other part. No, it's similar to your end product is a car, but the first MVP is a tire. You can't use a tire to go from point A to point B. Okay, your MVP has to be a skateboard. And then the next version of the MVP will be a bike. And the next version of the MVP will be your car. So it needs to be not only functional, it needs to be reliable, usable, and it should be easy to use. So think about that as when you build your product, your first product, you're going to build your MVP. The whole product which solves the problem. Second thing is keep it simple. As they call KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Keep your products very simple. Don't put too many bells and whistles and confuse it. But it needs to have all the 4 components of your product. And then don't burden with unnecessary bells and whistles. So those are the 3 components I talk about to every founder when they start a company. Okay, scaling. So now that you have a product, you got the early customers. So Jeffrey Moore wrote a book. It's a very popular book in the Valley called Crossing the Chasm. How many of you have heard of this book, Crossing the Chasm? Anybody? Okay, you have. I saw a couple of people. So what he says is, if you look at any customers, they can be broken up into these 5 types. Innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, and laggards. Innovators are the tech enthusiasts, usually, typically, they are visionaries. They love to use new ideas. And that could be your first customer. You identify that first. That will be your first customer, and second customer, maybe the third customer. Then, when you get to early majority, they are not looking just for exciting, just for the technology. They are more pragmatists. They'll say, what's the value for the money? How much pain it is to incorporate your stuff into mine? And that's where the rubber meets the road. In the sense, that's where you have this chasm. The chasm is a hole. Well, even though seemingly successful startups die, they fall down the chasm and die, or they get acquired for some in a nonsensical value. Then you have the late majority, and then you have called the laggards. So to give you kind of an example, I put a few of these. You use WhatsApp. It's more all the way up to the right side, right? Everybody uses WhatsApp. It's almost even laggards use it. Maybe some grandma who doesn't use a phone, maybe she won't use that as skeptics. I don't know, I don't need anything. Maybe I'll just use my phone or whatever. Then you have the Amazon, you got the Facebook, you got the YouTube, Google. As you go up the ladder, you can see here Lyft and Uber. I mean, Lyft is where Uber is where you can put Ola. So they are more of pragmatists coming to that level. I'm just always looking at startups and say, where are they? Not the early stage like you, but when they're more established. Then I mapped these things. People say Tesla is electric car, it's amazing, it's done. No, I think they are still in the early adopters. In my mind, I don't have a Tesla because I don't believe in it, because I look at value for money. Maybe it's my age. I say, I don't think there's a value right now for me. I don't want the electric car. Lots of issues because I'm too techy, number one. So I put DriveU right there just as an example. To my team, I'm at the precipice of there. Maybe I'm trying to be charitable, maybe I'm not, but I believe we are number 1 in the country. We are and I tell my team all the time, we are at the chasm right now. We are doing fine, we are making money, we are profitable, anything can happen. So I put myself. And the left one, just for you guys, of course you guys all know OpenAI, ChatGPT. I'm sure everybody, I'm sure many of you guys have used it. And I'm sure the professors are getting tired seeing all the ChatGPT's answers, right? That's still in the early stage. It's not proven yet. Business model is not proven. It takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of power. It takes a lot of water. I am not even sure yet. But having said that, I said the same thing about Google when it came in 1999. I said, there are so many search engines. Why would Google be successful? How wrong I was. And just like Professor said, Facebook. I know the idea of Facebook, no big deal, but that's how I'm being humble on that one. Last slide, why most startups fail. I just wanted you to just be grounded. There are 5 things where startups can fail. The idea itself may not be sustainable in the long run because things are changing. Like I told you, right? We first started with the parking aggregation and we immediately knew, this is the bad idea. So we quickly pivoted to driver service and we are doing fine. Team. You can fail because of your team. You can fail because your business model doesn't work. What I meant is, look at Ola cabs, right? Ola is obviously all across India. They're in 125 cities and everything. Their business model is still suspect. Drivers are unhappy. They're not making enough money on each ride. At what point they have raised billions, and at what point they'll be able to make it successful? Maybe they are. I mean, I don't pass by, the founder's ingenuity, So that's the third thing. The fourth thing is funding. And fifth thing is timing, okay? This was put by Bill Gross. He's at Idea Labs. He's a big incubator in California. He put this together, and guess which one in his stable of companies were the most reasons why startups failed? He says 42% is because of timing. If you're not at the right time, at the right place, 42% of the companies, his startups failed because of the wrong time. Not because of other things, but then the 32% failed because of team. That's the next one. 28% of the ideas. Of course, ideas is already vetted, but still, it can be. So the idea here is that you can say, in India, we can call it karma. It was written in my head that I had to fail, whatever. But the idea is timing is something very important. You got to be at the right time, at the right place. Okay, when we started DriveU, people said to me, the reason you will fail is because people will not buy cars, they'll only use cabs going forward. And I didn't believe that, because I said, people are going to middle class and upper middle class. First thing they'll do is they'll go from a two-wheeler to a four-wheeler. They'll get a car, and then they'll have a family. They have a kid, and then they will say, then the wife, and then their parents. Not everybody knows how to drive or want to drive, and they will use a driver. And that's my reason why I said I will be successful. And of course, I got kicked out of the 100 VC companies to say, no, this is not going to work. But anyway, so the timing was, in their mind, was wrong. But I believed in it. We are passionate about it. So again, keep in mind that one. So I want to just do 2 slides on his Silicon Valley. I have been in Silicon Valley, been attached to since the 1980s. So you can see Silicon Valley continues to evolve. Why? In the 70s was semiconductors, 80s was personal computers like Apple Computer, 90s were networking like Cisco. 2000s were internet companies like Google, Facebook, everybody. 2010 is EVs and big data, and now it's machine learning and AI. Why is this happening, right? Think about this. The 5 reasons I came up with is because they have culture of innovation. They continue to innovate. Second is risk-taking. They take risks. And by the way, this applies to us, Silicon Valley or Silicon Coast, whatever you want to call this one, and it'll happen to everywhere, right? Investment, they continue to invest in R&D, more ideas. They're being humble and say, okay, what I have is not good enough, I'll keep building it. Fourth one is they embrace failures. Okay, failure is not considered as something, oh my God, this is done, my life is over. No, it's okay. You learned a lot. Don't make the same mistakes, do it, start again. They keep doing it. And the last is adaptability. They keep adapting to the things happening in the world. So keep that in mind, why Silicon Valley companies are unbelievably successful, one after the other. And we can do that in India. There is no reason Silicon Valley has any special water to make them happy, that we can do the same thing. So, to close my talk, what did we learn today? Focus on building a successful and sustainable company. Don't try to build a fly-by-night. I'm just going to build something, sell it off, and make 1 crore or 2 crore. I don't believe in that, and it's hard for you to get funding for that. Give importance to adaptability, innovation, and plan strategic. Keep an eye on future trends and pivot. If there are trends are changing, your idea had some changes to it, go and make it. Don't get worried. Make the change. And that's what I would say today. And thank you very much for your time, and I hope you learned something from this.
Thanks a lot for your inspiring words, sir. Now moving on. I request our director, B. Ravi sir, to present a memento to our chief guest, Ram Shastri sir. I request Subrai Hegde sir to present a memento to our director, B. Ravi sir. And also our innovation manager, Sam Jaikumar sir. Finally, I would like to call our Dean Student Welfare, A.C. Hegde sir, to present a memento to our Nodal Officer, Abhishek Ranjan sir. As we move towards the end of the inauguration, I would like to call Dr. Srivalsa sir to deliver the vote of thanks.
Namaskar, respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, and dear friends. Very good morning to all of you. So before I move on to my duty, I take 1 minute to introduce NITK Innovation Council. We, the Innovation Council at NITK, facilitates the transformation of ideas into action through various platforms. We have a very good system for encouraging students and faculty to protect their IP. And Dr. Prithviraj is in the process of setting up an idea factory. Also, we have several societies and activities for students and faculty to immerse in the society and empathetically feel the problems in the society. And we have a set of technical clubs where they can do their hands-on activity to create POCs and prototypes. And we have a center research facility, very advanced, excellent facility where they can do the testing. And we have Science and Technology Entrepreneurs Park, headed by Professor Subrai Hegde, where they can get their startups incubated. And thanks to our beloved director, we have a very well articulated innovation and entrepreneurship policy that came into existence. So, very unique to NITK. Well, at the outset, I thank Chief Guest, Shri Ram Shastri ji, for accepting our invitation and for your presence here. He has taken us through a journey of a startup, the challenges it can face and how successfully the challenges can be overcome. And he has also highlighted the importance of having a sustainable and enduring business. Thank you, sir, for your enlightening words. Thanks to our beloved director, Professor B. Ravi, for presiding over the function. He has also highlighted the importance of turning ideas into action. Thank you, sir. Thanks to Mr. Abhishek Ranjan, the innovation officer, for being here since yesterday and coordinating the activities. And thanks for giving us the details about the activities of ACT as well. Thank you, sir. Thanks to Shri Samjay Kumar for his presence and overviewing the program here. Thank you, sir, for your presence. And I should thank Professor Suprabha and Professor Subrai Hegde for running the entire show with their enthusiastic team of volunteers. Their enthusiasm, commitment, and passion deserves a very deep appreciation. Thank you, madam, and thank you, sir. And thanks to Wadhwani Foundation for being the knowledge partner and extending their wholehearted support to this activity and for all activities at NATK. Thank you, madam, for being here. Thanks to all the experts and faculty mentors who have come from different organizations. And special thanks to all the participants. We know India is the third largest startup ecosystem in the world now, but how much contribution has come from the academia, how much it has been nurtured by the academic environment, it's a big question mark. It is in this context, these kind of boot camps is so important. Even the premier institutes which do extremely well in research and consultancy are struggling to turn the ideas into startups. So these kinds of events will go a long way in turning ideas into action, and next 5 days completely get immersed and take the best out of it. So before I conclude, I will quote Swami Vivekananda, whose words are very relevant in this context. Stand up, be bold, take the whole responsibility on your own shoulders and know that you are the creator of your own destiny. All power is within you. You can do anything and everything. Believe in that. Do not believe you are weak. Stand up and express the divinity within you. Arise, awake and stop not till the goal is reached. Uttisthada, Jagrata, Prapyavarandi Bodhada. Jai Hind. Thank you.
That brings us to the end of the inauguration of the IDE Bootcamp. We thank everyone present here for making this inauguration a grand success. Please note that there is high tea being served outside the STA, and also the exhibition is being held in the pavilion. I request everyone to visit that. Thank you.
So yeah, before we end up, so the 5 days session, let's gear up for it, as Director Sir said, and as Sri Ram Shastri Sir has kick-started the program. We'll take all fruitful things from here regarding idea, innovation, and entrepreneurship boot camp. In this 5 days, as you know, we will be going to the exhibition right now. Afternoon, Ram Shastri Sir would be taking his experience and making you all inspired with that, followed by the sessions from Wadhwani Foundation. Tomorrow, we have panel discussion from the startup entrepreneurs itself in the morning, varied from medtech to healthcare to agri, food and technology in different sectors. So we have the panel discussion happening tomorrow, and in addition to the other sessions. So the days go, the program schedule has been given to you. So some of the things which we would like to say here is, every session is important. The government has invested on all of us. We have the responsibility to attend all the sessions on time from 9 to whatever time it goes in the evening. And then, as Sir says, you can take time in your deliberations and so on, but for IDE Bootcamp students, participants, for the safety reasons, the block timings is scheduled as 10 p.m. So before 10 p.m., let's all be in the blocks and share our views there itself. So at the end of every day, there will be a feedback which will be sent to your community, whichever we have created. The feedback will be sent where you have to fill the feedback for every day's sessions. And all the days attendance is very, very mandatory from the ministry, which we have got instructions. And based on the attendance, the certificates will be given on the last day. So let's all enjoy the session. Thank you. One more instruction, you have to wear this particular card wherever you are going. This is for your identification. And in addition, food coupons you have to show there in the food Brahmagiri or wherever. Only then you will be served with high tea and food. The coupons are there day wise. Please show that. Other than that, you won't. I mean, you will be provided food, but there will be some confusion. So please show the food coupons in the counter. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, immediately after high tea, we all will proceed to the exhibition, which is in pavilion, which is behind the main building. Please see your Google map. We have notified all that pavilion is immediately behind the main building. Okay, see the Google map when you're going for navigation.
Thank you.